Welcome back, friends. This is going to be an important episode for me. Like you, I've been playing Scrap Mechanic for a while, or been admiring the work of others. And the one thing that I think we can all relate to at one time in our Scrap Mechanic lives was building something that could fly. Enjoying our time with that flying machine, and then one day watching it fly away off into the distance until it becomes a little dot in the ceiling of the sky. Here on the ground we would stare up and look at that dot and say to ourselves, why? Why did my spaceship fly away? Why did my game crash while I was going at full thrust up, and now it's stuck on the ceiling? Why do I have to build a recovery system? Wait a minute. A recovery system. Yep, folks. Here's what we're gonna do. We are going to build an aerial vehicle with an automatic recovery system just in case. It's gonna have contingencies built in. So, let's bring up our HUD and let's make a ship that no matter what happens, it'll always come back to us. Alright, let's get started with this build. We're going to be creating a fat scout. Let's go into inventory and get everything we need. For this build, we are going to need the seat. We're going to need rockets to put on the seat. We're going to need barrier blocks, because I like those. Metal blocks for some counterweight action. A switch. A button. Sensors. And, of course, our balance beams. Now, let's start off by putting a seat on here, hanging it off the edge. We're gonna scoot it up and attach some rockets, like that, and like that, another like that, and drop it, lift it, jack it, rocket in the middle, rocket in the front. Now, barrier blocks in the corners. If you've seen my how to run a scrapyard server, you're probably really familiar with this, so you could just fast forward to the next part. But I enjoy making them. They don't take too long to make, and they work really good for what I need them to do. And I like to flip it around so everything's all snug and it looks nice. Alright. Oh, one more I forgot right there. Next thing we're gonna put is barrier blocks, like that, and like that, and Q to adjust it for the back. Yep, this big scout is coming along nicely. In the front we're going to put steel like that. On top we're going to add a spot for our passenger seats, because it's no fun to just drive alone. You got to be able to bring a friend with you. Gets lonely up there in the sky. Alright, we need to put this back on the lift. Need to continue the forward balance weights here. Works just like that. Ooh. And for looks though, I want to add some of these. And a couple of headlights is nice. We can put that there. And put 2 of these here. Like so. Oops, put them the wrong way. I gotta face the other way. There we go. And bottom section here with a recovery rocket to park on. Drop it down. Here is where the recovery rocket goes. It's gonna have 2 sensors here just because of balance. I'm really not sure how heavy a sensor is. Probably not that heavy at all, but I find that the Fat Scout stays pretty well balanced when I set it up this way, so I'm just going to keep doing it that way. Okay. We have sensor adjustments now. I'm going to put this at 20. Leave the sound on. And on this, and then I'm going to connect this sensor so I don't forget which is which. That'll take care of that. This sensor, pretty much going to make it into a weight. So it doesn't really need to do anything. This rocket though, I'm going to want it full blast. And now to put my buttons and switches and start to wire this thing up. We'll do a little test flight on it, make sure everything's all balanced out real nice. Wire it up, wire it up, wire it up. Middle goes to the switch. Front rocket goes to the button. And if you're familiar with my control schemes, you'll know that that'll be 1. This will be 2. This will be 3. Front will be 4. And the back will be 5. Just like that. Oh, one more thing. The central main lifting thruster, number 1. Gonna need to be turned up to full blast. If I can get down there. Ooh, just barely got to it. Alright. So let's get on this big Scout. See how well it hovers along. Ooh. Wants to lift up straight into the sky. Let's do a little trick here to keep it from doing that. Don't know why this trick works so well, but it does. I add these cables onto the end, like so. But I like for the Scout to be pretty compact. Oh, you know what? It might be lifting up because I'm locked at 30 frames. Alright. If you have a higher frame rate, like at around 45, then this thing will hover just about perfectly for you. But I'm going to show you how to recover it anyway. So let me just test the recovery system here. Alright, good. We've got a counter thrust right there. And here's what I'm gonna do, guys. For you guys only, because I love my subscribers and my viewers, I'm gonna shoot this thing up into the sky, say bye-bye to it, and then we're gonna go on a little adventure chasing it around, see if we can get it without having to build a whole recovery system. So, moment of truth here. I'm just gonna hit E, which is the main thruster, and we're gonna wish it so long. Bye-bye, ship. So many times you've flown away. Let's see what happens. We're gonna have to chase it along because it looks like it might be getting a bit of a lean. And if that's the case, it's not gonna fly straight up. It's probably gonna hit the sidewall. Wow, that thing's going fast. And I'm running real slow. Yep, with only 30 frames, it's going to introduce some turbulence and it's not going to go straight up. So, I think I'm going to have to ride it up to the ceiling and just jump out. But even if it slams up against the wall, that recovery system will work. So let's see. If the countermeasures I've implemented are working correctly, it should be laying on the ground upside down over here. But this time we're going to take it for a flight, go real high, pull one of those accidental ejects that I know so many of us have had, and look at that. It righted itself. Let's take it off again. Okay, that's fine. Up against the wall. Nope, won't have that. Nope. See, it throws itself down. And then it takes off again. Well, let's see. Give yourself a good crash. There we go. This is the stuck position. What I'd always hoped for. Okay. Now, we're going to fly this ship up to the ceiling. I'm just going to let this sucker go. And we'll see if we can recover it again without having to build some elaborate contraption. I mean, from what you saw against the wall, good things, good things. Let's angle it in towards the middle of the map. Now with this Fat Scout, I put these little winglets on the side, but you could delete them. So it'll have a shorter, stubbier profile. We're almost at the ceiling. Fired up there. And I'm going to eject. Whoops, bye-bye. Lost my ship. Oh no. I lost my ship. What will happen? It's a dot in the sky. Let's see if I can visually track it and chase that thing. Okay, it looks like it hit the ceiling, but it is not sticking to it. Why? We put that recovery system in. So it is not having any of that. I'm stuck. Looks like it also hit a wall, but that wall's not working either. Now this is unusual. It looks like it fell, and it just sort of froze in place. Oh, it got stuck in a tree. Oh well. Now if you get this stuck up high in a tree, that's going to be a tricky one, but in this case, I would have to rate this build a success. Guys, if you've had too many vehicles fly away, let's think of implementing recovery systems now, and that shouldn't be a problem anymore. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you like the vehicle. Hope you like the Fat Scout. Hey. Oh, come on. This is what, an inch out of reach? Doo-doo-doo. And there you go. Oh, one last little demo before I sign off. You could delete these off of it. and it'll remain with that perfect balanced weight as long as you have at least 40 to 45 frames. My recording software is just not letting me have that, so it's going to give me a little bit of an acceleration or a boost. But for the purposes of this video, that's fine, because I want this thing to be getting stuck and not just floating perfectly in the air. That begs the question, but Chief, what if it is floating perfectly in the air? And it doesn't fly up high enough to get stuck against something and trigger your countermeasures for getting stuck? Well then, my advice to you is to turn up all the settings on the game and try to get your game to drop below, at least below 40 frames per second in the 30-35 range, and that'll cause your vehicle to accelerate skyward and slam up against the ceiling. If you have a super incredible, awesome video card and you can't do that, no matter how hard you try, then you're quite a pickle there. You might need to develop a different type of recovery system for that, but this is everything I know about this system using a Fat Scout. And thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.